We're
What's
back.
good? We're back again.
Yep, we're back in the CSU studio. Pretty much this episode, we're gonna talk about UTSA game a little bit, break down that episode or that game, and then we're gonna talk this week against Wazzu.
Yep.
Also got a little bit of CSU basketball sprinkled in here, but let's start with the UTSA game.
Rough loss.
Definitely. Loss, really gut wrenching, mainly because of the 2-point conversion miss. But
just
pretty much everything that could go wrong did go wrong until the last two drives of the game. So let's just start with like first initial thoughts. What have you been feeling like this week?
God, man. I thought that having the bye week would have fixed our offensive issues. They did not at all.
Yeah.
And we, like, on our last episode, we projected that this game was going to be high scoring. Wasn't really.
We both thought it was going to be in the 30s,
like at least upper 30s for both teams. It was just not. Both teams did not play very well.
No.
UTSA
had a really bad game, too.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Yeah, there was just not a lot on the offensive side that was great at all.
No.
Not until the last couple minutes of the game.
Well, and before the game, I remember in our last episode when I was talking about the disconnect in the passing game, we saw that in this game, and I was thinking that Jay Norvell was a little bit overconfident with the wide receivers and BFN just having an off game, and we saw a complete disconnect in that game.
Yep.
And there was a lot of things going wrong. I think BFN's pocket awareness was very subpar.
Yeah.
And I just think that, and this has been the big argument, is if BFN pulled Braden too late. I think he did. I think he was trying to hold on to his quarterback's confidence, and you don't want to screw with your third-year quarterback's confidence. But I think it was time to pull him out. And do you remember the boos?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
The boos were really loud. You can hear them on the broadcast, too, which is really sad. But, like, it was just so apparent that the fans were just done with him after that. Like, I said it in my last episode. I said if Braden has a game that it's very similar or worse than the UNC game, he's going to get booed out of the stadium and he's going to get benched. And look what happened. He had basically the exact same game. Actually, no, statistically, he had a worse game.
Yep.
His QBR rating was 12.6 or 12.6.
12.6,
which is worse than his last one.
Yeah, 12.6 has to be the lowest quarterback rating
I've ever seen, dude. Yeah. Like that's insane to me. Yeah. But yeah, and I was right. I had a horrible game, got booed, and then got benched.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm glad. I wish Jay would have benched him earlier, because the first half, the third quarter was probably the worst quarter he had, and it was apparent that after the second drive of the third quarter, it was apparent that the fans already did not want him out there, and I don't know why Jay just kept going with it.
It should have happened either after the first drive of the second half or the second drive. You don't bench him at halftime, like, because I understand giving a halftime speech and, hoping that he responds in the second half.
Right, and try to, like, motivate him a little bit to maybe play a little bit better and stuff like that.
I think there's just deeper issues than even just, like, obviously confidence issues with BFN. Like, it seems like there's major mechanical problems that he didn't work on in the off season.
Yeah,
and it's things that BFN and Coach Norvell and Coach Mummy are seeing from BFN that you just have to go to the guy that's fundamentally sound. I think what surprised me is when Brousseau came in, how comfortable he was in the pocket.
Yeah, really. Like, it's like almost he was waiting for this moment, dude.
Yeah, which I remember him saying in the post-game press conference that he was just waiting for his opportunity and he was going to be ready no matter what.
And he was.
He presented
it. He was 10 of 12, only threw 2 incompletions that whole game, and threw some absolute dots to Tommy and
that first
Rocky
down
Beers,
conversion,
too.
Yeah, he had the 2 fourth-down conversions, the first one to Rocky Beers, the second one to Tommy Maher, that were just super clutch.
Right.
And, yeah, I mean, like, the things that I think about when I watch Brousseau play, though, is the mechanics. And it's nice to see a quarterback actually just, like, step into his throws, like, stay in the pocket.
And, like, stay calm and not try to instantly run outside of the pocket and try to make crazy throws and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, like, people were cheering. People were going crazy when Jackson came out. There wasn't even that many people in the stands, and it was still really loud.
It was super loud
towards the end of the game.
That drive,
a bunch of fans left at after the end of the third quarter, which I understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand why they did.
There was
no hope on that offense.
Well, and part of it too is like it's the product that we put on the field, and it was just super boring football to watch for 3 quarters.
I mean, our defense was the only reason why we were in that game. If our defense didn't play well, we would have lost by like 40.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about the defense a little bit because I felt like our defense was super stout. I think our D-line had their best game this season.
Yeah.
Owen Long is the best linebacker in the Mountain West. He proved that in this week's game.
Right.
Like, I just have so much fun watching guys like Owen Long and Jeezy Joe play, and like they're just really good.
Lamondre Joe is a very good corner.
He's a
very
dog.
Good corner.
Yeah.
And honestly, besides the 176-yard run by their running back, I forgot his name, but
he had 2 75+ yard touchdowns.
Yeah, well, he had a receiving and a rushing.
Yep.
On the ground, CSU, besides the 170-yard play, CSU did well against him.
Yeah.
Like, if you take away that 75-yard rush from him, he only had about 80 yards rushing.
Yeah, and we were holding him to like maybe 4 yards.
It seemed like every play, besides that one, obviously, we were holding him to like 3 or 4 yards a carry, and he's averaging like 10 a carry every game or something like that.
Our run defense was good. I actually thought our pass defense was even better. We held Owen McCown under 100 passing yards.
Owen McCown just didn't also – I also just think Owen McCown just did not play very well at all. No, he didn't.
He was missing throws, but we were pressuring him. Like, you got to give our defense
I was surprised. The only thing that just kind of irked me about the defense was we couldn't get a sack. We had 0 sacks that game.
That's why I said in last week's episode, Owen McCown is the hardest quarterback to sack in the country because his release point or his release speed is the quickest in the country.
Yeah.
So, no, you're not going to sack a guy that's getting the ball out in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we got really close, too. Owen Long definitely got close to some sacks.
Yeah, Kenyon Agers got
really close, too.
And Lamondre Joe got super close on
a couple. Well, yeah.
On the play where he threw an interception to Robert Edmondson, Lamondre Joe made him spin around.
I was just surprised because, like, I don't know how we were in the game for the whole game, but the offense just couldn't produce. Like, besides our running backs, like, Lloyd Avant had a great game. He had 96 rushing yards, and he was averaging like
9.6 yards a carry. 10 carries for 96 yards.
Yeah, he was averaging almost 10 yards a carry. Our whole running back room did pretty well for the most part.
I think Dupree struggled in the first half, but like he had a good last couple drives.
Yeah, he did. We honestly though we should have won the game. That Rocky Beers should have had 2 touchdowns that game. That one touchdown that guy got called back for OPI. I didn't really agree with the call. I think that was a stupid call.
In all honesty, we should have won the game 21-17 because of that. But I mean, a lot of people are putting blame on the 2-point conversion. I just want to get this straight. This is like my opinion. But I liked the 2-point conversion call. Like it's half the distance to the goal.
I agree.
You got it on the 1.5 yard line. They actually marked it closer to the 1 when they shouldn't have apparently. So that actually helped us too. But we did not call the right play.
No, and that's what I was. People on Twitter were complaining about how we didn't kick the extra point. It was a late game, and our defense was gassed, dude. Like because they were basically carrying us. So I don't think going into overtime would have been the best idea. But going for 2 there was a good idea. I'm not mad at Jay for making that decision. We have the ball on like the half yard line, but the play call was just stupid. My opinion is I think we should have just kept Jackson in the game.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
Instead of running Taj Bullock's QB draw. Because
it keeps the defense on their toes. It wasn't a quarterback draw.
It was like it
was a pass. It was a rollout pass. No, I rewatched the game. It was always going to be a rollout pass.
I thought it was going to be a run play because it looked like Taj wanted to take off, but he couldn't because UTSA read it well.
It was a quarterback counter, but rollout. So Lloyd Avant did a check and release. Mm-hmm. So that's how you know it was going to be a pass, is that Lloyd Avant actually did run a route.
Okay.
But, he kind of got stuck on a linebacker, but he got a little bit of separation after
Taj
that.
actually did have a chance to throw it to him earlier. Right. He just waited too long.
Correct.
There was like a small window where he could have thrown it, and Lloyd was wide open, and Lloyd would have made it to the pylon probably. But, he was too late, and then he just threw a ball. Lloyd had caught it, but Lloyd was way out of bounds when it happened. So
no, Taj threw it too late. I remember in the press conference after the game, Norvell said that was a play they had been working on all week, maybe in the week before that. So it was their go-to 2-point play. I didn't like the play design of it. I think that is a hindsight kind of look at it. Like if it would have worked, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
I would have just done a running play with Avant in the back.
That maybe. I agree from the 1
yard line. Or maybe do a little Rocky Beers short cross at the goal line something.
I think actually when I'd be at the 1 or 2 yard line on a 2-point conversion play, I would have preferred to be in shotgun with Jackson Brousseau, and really that makes the defense it puts them in a predicament of having to guard the pass or the run. So them putting Todd Bullock in, definitely.
You had a good play call too. You said that we should have done the jump pass with Taj Bullock. Yes. That would have been a really good play call too. I like that idea.
Yeah, there's so many different 2-point plays you could do there.
Take the snap under stand up with Taj maybe, and then have
I would have had Taj in
maybe
the
Rocky
shotgun,
Beers,
but
and then have Rocky Beers run
Rocky Beers.
A quick little inside route.
Yep. Fake your block and go up,
and then kind of lob it to him.
Yep.
Or maybe make it lineman eligible and maybe use a lineman.
We could keep that in our bag for later.
Shout out Dan Campbell for that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the UTSA game. But
more to go into it a little bit. I'm glad that Jay did make the decision to bench Braden. He was just killing us.
Oh, yeah.
You could just tell, not even just him, he's just killing his confidence. He was killing the whole offense confidence. Because right when Brousseau started throwing that first drive with Brousseau, you could just tell the team just started playing better.
Well,
the linemen were blocking. The whole line just started blocking better. The wide receivers were making good catches. Yep. And they weren't dropping the ball. The fourth down to Tommy, and he got the first down. That was a crazy gutsy play right there. 4th and 10, you're back against the wall. You don't get it, you basically lose the game.
Yep.
And throws an absolute dart right into the chest of Tommy, and Tommy just gets the first down. It was huge.
It was a great route by
Tommy.
Got so much
Tommy played way better than last week or 2 weeks ago.
Tommy had a good game. He had one more muffed punt. I think you have to make a change at punt returner.
Yeah.
Still. Tommy's a good receiver.
We need to put Kojo at punt returner.
Yeah.
I really
when he's fully healthy, I think he will be.
I really think Kojo should be our punt returner. I think Kojo's a hell.
Shout out Kojo, though, him playing his first game of the season, even at only 80%.
I was going to say, I saw him in pads, but I didn't see him all game until the fourth quarter.
Yep. Yeah. So we were trying to hold him back and hold him until conference play, but Norvell's hand was certainly forced. He knew that his job was kind of on the line. If we wouldn't have had those last couple touchdowns, the seat would be really, really hot right now, which it already is hot, but it'd be even more hot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Jay's seat is definitely hot at the moment. I think, do you want to transition into talking about that a little bit?
We definitely can. I was just going to give one last shout out to Armani Winfield.
Yeah.
I think Armani Winfield had a really good game.
He's kind of emerging. A very good game.
He's kind of emerging into our wide receiver one.
He had 6 receptions for
over 90 yards.
Over 90 yards on 6 receptions.
Yep.
He had that 40-yard catch from Braden.
I wish that was a touchdown.
That should have been a touchdown. If Braden just threw it a little bit more to the outside.
It wasn't a bad throw. It was just so close. It's if he has that a couple more inches inside, that's it. That's a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, but but shout out Armani though. Armani did have a really good game. It's sad because it got overshadowed by the fact that or just Braden was playing horrible.
Yeah.
So everyone was not paying attention.
I'm very interested to see how good Armani can be with Brousseau.
Yeah.
And they have a whole week to practice and get timing down and everything. It seems actually like Brousseau's timing's perfect already. With
it seemed like it, yeah.
I guess he did practice with the one ball
he was
week.
He was quick. He was throwing it quick too.
He has a quick release.
He gets it out really fast.
That's a really good thing. Like I feel like BFN has been holding it for a very long time, and then it was very nice to see Brousseau come in and just let it rip early and often.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was definitely you could just tell just when Jackson came in and started playing, the whole crowd got into it.
Yep.
That when they got onto defense, dude, oh my god, it was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so loud. It was so loud. Like even though there wasn't that many fans left in the state, like a lot of students like left and stuff, dude, it was still pretty freaking loud.
Yeah, and like I remember someone else said this right after the game, but when it was 10-10 after the Taj Bullock touchdown, I thought we were going to win the game.
I thought we were too.
I thought our defense was going to get one more stop, and we were going to win that thing 13-10
and then
or 17-10.
Henry takes off for a 75-yard. That was just a horrible defensive
I'm giving my
play.
Flowers to Robert Henry, though.
Robert Henry's
He might be the best running back in college football. Even Norvell said that he thinks Robert Henry's a better player than Jonah Coleman, which, I mean, he's leading the country in rushing yards. So.
Yeah, dude. So, to be fair, though, the two big plays he had were just horrible defensive blunders.
They were breakdowns.
Horrible defensive blunders.
I'm glad
the passing one was way worse than the rushing one. The passing one, someone just missed an assignment and it just absolutely killed us.
Supposedly, it was either Owen Long or Jacob Ellis. I couldn't tell, but yeah, it was one of the linebackers had Robert Henry as an assignment, and you just can't follow him.
You just can't do that with someone who is a top 5 running back in college football. He will absolutely burn you. The rushing play, same. They just kind of, I don't think the defense knew what was going on for a second, and then there was just a massive hole blown open in the center of the line, and dude, and once he gets up to speed, no one's gonna catch him. He's just too damn fast.
Yeah,
he's a very fast running back.
He has to have like 4.3 speed. He's
probably like 4.4, probably 4.4.
Really? I mean
4.3, maybe 4.4. I don't think he's a 4.3.
I think it's possibly 4.4 with just crazy football speed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, before we talk about Wazzu, you want to talk about Norvell a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Norvell and Braden probably.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Norvell going into the rest of the season now? Because I know a lot of people are really being very critical to him right now.
Yeah. A lot of people are chomping at the bit with Norvell. I'm kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt, especially with Jackson Brousseau now in at quarterback. But it's a short leash for me. Like if you lose to Wazzu this week, I would feel like the rest of you guys about Jay Norvell. I don't know if you feel the same way. Like where's your head at with the Jay Norvell situation?
So it's hard to say his seat is hot because the play calling was a little questionable, but I don't think we could put the full blame on Jay. Besides the fact that he probably should have taken Braden out earlier into the game.
Really the only key difference.
The thing is, though, if it comes down to these next couple weeks, we're on a 4-game stretch where we're playing a lot of really underwhelming teams.
SDSU played good versus Cal.
SDSU played a very good game. Well, SDSU's defense is really good. We're going into a stretch where this is like the easy part of our schedule.
It's the easier part of the schedule.
If we cannot perform against some of these teams, then that's another question of, okay, maybe it's not the quarterback, maybe it's probably our head coach. And I think people are already seeing this. I think I saw like a poll someone had. It was like, would you rather have, like, what would you do? It was like fire BFN and fire Jay, or keep BFN and whatever and stuff like that. And
I said keep Norvell and
bench BFN. Yeah, that's what I said too. I think we give Norvell at least another week. Well, I'm not going to give him. I'm not saying 2 weeks because we've already given him. He's been here too long.
You should hope for continuity with a head coach and like a staff and a team in general. So it's like the hope is you beat Wazzu, which your favorites at home, you should win. And if you win this week, I feel like you kind of want Norvell to keep his job and to keep succeeding because you want to keep the same roster intact going into the Pac-12 next season. But yeah, if we lose at home to Wazoo, Norvell's play calling's bad, and he puts Brousseau in a bad position, I am going to start questioning Norvell a bit. But I've always been a Norvell guy.
Yeah, I have too. I've always thought Norvell was a great coach, and you know, I mean, 1,000 times better than we had before Norvell. Right. So I mean, like,
I think we've thought that Norvell has been the guy forever, and I'm still trying to hold on to like the hope that he is the guy. But no, the play calling's been pretty bad. I think this last game, there was kind of a mixture, but it was more BFN than Norvell's play calling.
I agree.
There's still untimely stuff that I don't like, but I think most of it was to blame on BFN. I was a fan of BFN, and I wanted him to succeed, but no, like took him out for the right time. Like you said, it was the right time, the right game at least. We should have taken him out a couple drives earlier, but no, like I actually am super excited about Brousseau. I think Brousseau is going to help Norvell keep his job. Because I think so too. That he's a good football player.
If my logic was if Jay never took out Braden that whole game, Jay would have probably almost been fired after that game, in my opinion.
I think if we actually my take is if we would have lost like 17-3 or even 10-3 and not put up any more like really first downs or anything like that, I think Norvell might have been fired after the game.
I agree. And shout out Nick. And Nick was saying the same thing, too.
Yep.
Nick, when we were at the game, just, God, man, watching it on TV is one thing, but, God, watching it in the stands is like, oh, my God, dude. I feel like half the game my hands were in my face, just like this the whole time. Like, this is embarrassing.
I didn't think our offense could play any worse than how they did versus UNC, and lo and behold, we did.
And it's just insane to me that in 2 games in the first half, we've only scored 3 points.
Yep.
Like, that is unheard of.
Why can't we get out of the gate running full speed, you know?
Yeah, like that UNC game we did. We had a pass Braden got I forgot who Braden threw the ball to against UNC. He got a PI, got 15 yards, and we were rolling. And all of a sudden just died for the rest of the
When I remember that drive, it was BFN missing on a wide open throw to Tommy Maher. So there's another example of Norvell's putting BFN in a position to succeed. And BFN misses an open throw.
She's just not making the play. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not going to shy away from saying that BFN has more or less been the problem these first 3 weeks, but I think that Brousseau lit a spark majorly. Like, the O-line literally blocked better for him on that first drive that Brousseau was in.
Yeah.
And I expect that this week versus Wazoo. Until proven otherwise. That's what I mean with Norvell, is that I'm giving him and his team the benefit of the doubt until they prove me otherwise.
Exactly.
So I'm keeping my head held high.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my head held high until I just can't take it anymore and be like, okay, we gotta make a change or something. This Wazoo game is gonna be a big game for Jay. If we lose this game, I'm not even gonna say that. If we play well and we lose, I'm not even going to say that we have to win this game.
This is a must-win.
This is a must-win, dude. Wazoo is severely like underwhelming. Like, they are not.
Yeah.
They allowed Washington.
They showed signs versus Washington this last week, but yeah, they completely.
I mean, their defense allowed 59 points.
Yes. So actually, I want to talk about Wazoo in that game specifically because obviously Wazoo hit rock bottom. Versus North Texas, losing 59-10. But versus Washington, it was 24-17 going into the fourth quarter. Washington scored 35 points in the fourth quarter.
Okay, well, that I did not know.
It was 24-17 late in the third. Actually, it was 31-20. My bad. 31-24 going in the fourth. So, and they lost, what was it, 59-24?
59-24, yeah.
So, no. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, yeah, the hope is that the offense can move the ball decently well versus Wazoo. Wazoo's offense doesn't really do anything crazy, but their quarterback actually had over 300 yards versus Washington last week, so he showed growth. I think 4.5 is really the right line. I don't expect a blowout win over Wazoo by any means because I don't think we're that good.
I'm tired of making predictions on our podcast because every time we make a prediction, like it's just like
the exact opposite.
It's a total exact opposite of what it ends up being.
So I'm not predicting the under or the over for this game or anything like that, but I am hoping that we can win by 1 point to 7 points,
maybe
anything,
10, maybe 10,
maybe 10.
10 would be great.
That's
would
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
good win.
For what we've gotten so far this season, a 10-point win would feel damn good.
Yeah, that would give our team a lot of confidence.
So Wazzu's been weird though. So prior to their 59-10 loss versus North Texas, they obliterated San Diego State, like 36-13. They beat Idaho. Idaho's a top 10 team in FCS this year. They beat Idaho 10-7. Not great, but it's still a win. So the fact that they beat Idaho, they blew out SDSU.
Very weird team.
SDSU might be the 5th best team in the conference this year based off their game versus Cal. So for them to blow out SDSU, but then the very next week they get massacred by North Texas.
It's maybe North Texas is just like that.
They kind of are. They just beat Army at Army. So North Texas might be the G5 representative this year.
Maybe USF and
those are the top. They'll play each other.
That's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
Wazzu's a weird team. They're very bipolar. Up and down.
They're
very bipolar. Yeah, they're like it's like a roller coaster. And I forgot where the hell their college is. It's not
Pullman.
Yep. Yeah, Pullman, Washington.
Yep.
I was gonna say Spokane, but I'm like, nope, that's Gonzaga.
I think part of it is like a coaching thing. Like Jimmy Rogers is a decent coach, but he's had moments where it's like he's gotten the best out of his team, and he's gotten the worst out of his team. But the good news for us is he got the best out of his team last week, and they lost 59-24. So I just don't know. And I think that we have obviously yet to see the best out of our team, I guess, like the first 3 quarters versus Washington. But, yeah, it's all been downhill from that.
Yeah, I mean, I need to do a little bit more research into Washington State's team a little bit. I don't really know too much about their team, and I'll probably do that before the game on Saturday. But yeah, from what I'm seeing just by scores and stuff, it's not the last 2 games they've gotten. Their defense does not seem very good.
See, I don't even want to jinx the defensive stuff.
Yeah,
we said that about UTSA.
No. We said that about their defense.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, their defense wasn't very good.
That's what I'm saying.
Was just our offense was worse.
I'm gonna make the same argument with Wazzu. Is that Wazzu has a bottom defense just like UTSA does, but the odds is I don't think we score more than 24, while everyone else has been scoring over 50 on them, well, except for, I guess, SDSU and Idaho. But
we'll see. The first drive should tell a lot about what's going to happen with this team. It's also the state pride game too, which is a big game for us.
I don't think our crowd will be that good.
No, I think it will.
I'm hoping it will.
We were talking about this after the game too, from last week, and my logic was kind of like, since we made the quarterback change, I think people are going to give us one more chance, and then if they see that we have not changed, then the week after, I don't think the crowd's going to be very bad.
This is actually slightly unrelated, but I think our perspective as CSU fans is so much different than perspectives of other fan bases fans that have watched our games, or at least like looked at the score and like watched one play. There was a lot of fans from other Mountain West schools that are so low on CSU this year simply because we missed a 2-point conversion to beat UTSA. What I would want to say to them is watch the full game, watch how bad we were, and watch how lights out our offense was for 2 drives to even get us back into the game and have a chance to win. That shows fight. That shows that we're not a bottom feeder in the Mountain West. UTSA is a good football team. They played pretty damn good versus Texas A&M and Texas State, and both those teams are probably going to win 9 or 10 games this year.
I mean, yeah, when you have a top 5 running back in the country, I think,
we shut down Robert Henry outside of 2 plays.
Yeah,
the defense is going to help us hopefully win games this year, and for some reason, fans of the other teams just aren't seeing it the way that we do. But
I mean, that's just with sports in general, people are just trying to judge just based off of score and stats than actually watching the game and looking at it. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I saw too. I saw confidence and like actual like hope when Jackson Brousseau came into the game.
Yeah,
dude, the freaking cameraman literally on the jumbotron like had a frame of just his face for like 5 or 6 seconds on.
Yeah, the whole stadium was going
crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. You could tell that people were excited that Jackson came into the game, and people were like, "Oh my god!" And those first 2, he had 2 straight scoring drives.
Yeah,
and Braden didn't put up 1.
I know. I think it's because of the energy that our offensive line and our receivers really played with when Jackson went into the game. If that same spark could have happened 2 drives earlier, like maybe we see a different outcome, which is why like I'm a little bit irritated about what happened in the game. But like it is what it is. We got to take it with a grain of salt.
And just move on, exactly. Right. Yeah.
But, I mean, like, what are you expecting from our offense this week versus Wazzu's poor defense?
From what I saw from Jackson, I think that in the first half, I think we should be able to at least score 17 points. I think that's very reasonable.
Yep.
Maybe for 14 to 17 points. I think that's reasonable.
I think that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, because that would give everyone a spark to be like, oh my God, okay, we actually have a team now.
Yep.
I personally think that we're gonna score 24 or 27.
Okay.
I think 24 or 27. I'm fine with that. Anything higher, that's great. 24 to 27 is like a good number to score in a game for us.
I'm with you. I'm kind of in that 20 to 27 range. I think our defense will hopefully win us this game. Like I can see our defense holding Wazzu under 20. But really our defense really isn't like all over the place. Like you can predict what our defense will potentially do in a game. But I think we were underestimating our defense a little bit when we were saying UTSA was going to put up 38 on us. But also that was because Texas State put up 43.
But that's also a rivalry game. And also UTSA's pass defense is just really bad too.
Well, and their DBs just aren't good, and we didn't utilize that at all.
And when we tried, the ball went 15 yards.
Armani showed that number 39 on UTSA not very good. I mean, so Armani was taking advantage of that matchup like it was nothing. Tommy Maher had a good game. But, yeah, I mean, we just didn't see consistency in the passing game, and I just want to see consistency with Jackson Brousseau.
We'll see. I will say, though, one good game will not make the season, and especially since I'm curious to see how this season's going to turn out. What do you think after this? Since this is the last non-conference game, what do you think what's the record looking like at the end of the season?
I have higher expectations than pretty much everyone else.
That's fair.
Like I'm still hoping for the best, and I want to see an 8-4 or 9-3 season from our team. But I know what it takes for that to happen. But I'm giving the staff and Brousseau now the benefit of the doubt. I'm feeling better now that Brousseau is the guy. But I need to see him perform versus Wazzu to make those expectations greater instead of tempering them. But yeah, like I still see 8 wins from the team, but we have to go 4-0 in this next stretch to give me the full confidence. They're all winnable games. You have Wazzu
at home,
SDSU
on the road,
and then Hawaii at home. I'm trying to remember the game between
Fresno
at home.
At home.
Which is the important part. Fresno is actually one of the top 4 teams in the conference.
But we're playing at home.
But yeah, like we need to see home
I'll pull up the schedule real quick while
I think if I'm going to make a projection, like I'm going to go on the low side and the high side, my low side is still probably 6-6. There's winnable games and there's losable games. Mm-hmm. I think 6-6 is probably the most realistic. Now, the question that we get by the end of the season with that scenario is, does Norvell still have a job? I don't think so.
No, I don't.
But at least you can make that decision after the season ends instead of like paying the buyout and it being very expensive. But on the high side of my projection would be like that 9-3 number, where you really only lose at Boise. You win the border war. You beat Air Force at home. You beat Fresno at home. You beat UNLV at home. That's okay. I'm going to go one less game because I do think that UNLV beats us. They're just a better offense. I don't think our offense can keep up with them, and I think that they have too many playmakers offensively for even our defense. I'm going to say the ceiling is 8-4. I think the floor is 5-7 or 4-8. But like for my projection, because I'm an optimist, is 6-6 to 8-4.
Yeah, if Jay wants to keep his job, I think that he would. It has to be 8-4.
Yeah.
You can't lose 2 more games, and the games.
3 more games, you mean?
No, we're 1-2.
I know.
So 2 more games.
8-4. No, I'm saying he keeps his job at 8-4.
So yeah, he has
to lose
3 more games. Yeah. 7-5. I don't think we'll do it at all.
And
honestly, I don't think John Weber and Amy Parsons should do it either.
That's why this UTSA game was so important, though. Is now you put yourself in the predicament that you have to go 6-2 in conference play to even be able to keep your job. Like, that UTSA game was just very extremely important. And now if you go 5-3 in conference play, which is not bad, it means that like you lost one of your rivalry games. Maybe you lose to Fresno at home, UNLV at home, and at Boise, and win both your rivalry games. You're 7-5. Which is below expectations of this season.
Which I don't think John Weber wants to deal with, especially since we're moving to the Pac-12 next.
But those are all 3 of those games we won't be favored in. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Norvell's going to have to exceed expectations for the rest of the season to be able to keep his job.
This game against Washington State is going to be a really big game, just for the fact that it needs to show the fans some sort of hope,
like a spark for
the rest of the season. Because if this team has no confidence going into conference play, I don't know what this team is going to look like.
Shout out your Neat Clifford jersey, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Neat Clifford.
I wish I would have said something earlier in the podcast about that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, shout out Neat.
Yeah, shout out Neat.
Yeah, I love this jersey. I just got it recently.
Yeah, so I want to get one myself too. I want to get the black and purple one.
Yeah, I went with like their city edition.
Did you get your Rocky Beers jersey yet? Is that coming in?
I did not get the Rocky Beers jersey yet.
You didn't pull the trigger on
I wanted to. Because I was gonna get the State Pride one. I sent you a photo.
That's right.
I was gonna get, which would have been great. But
I want to get 2 jerseys. I want to get the Seahawks Torrey Horton, and I want to get a green Rocky Beers jersey.
Oh wait, do the Seahawks have the Seahawks released their rivals jersey? Because they're having they're doing the rivals thing.
No,
I think they're doing. Yeah, no, because they have rivals jerseys.
Huh?
The Torrey Horton rivals Seahawks jersey is kind of tight.
I'm gonna have to look that
up. It's sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, yeah, real quick, right on that topic, Trey McBride, Torrey Horton,
Thursday night football
and
tomorrow, dude.
3 touchdowns on Sunday. Man, yeah.
God, I wish they were still on the I wish they were still on the damn team.
Yeah, let's talk about the next level Rams right now, real quick. Like Trey McBride's been balling. Torrey Horton had 2 touchdowns. That punt return
the 95-yard. I was watching live too, and I was like, Torrey! Yeah. I was screaming, dude. And then I saw the catch. I was like, oh my God, Torrey got another one.
He had the back-to-back. No, so one was to make it 14-3, and then a second was to make it 28-3. But that's still awesome, dude.
I'm just glad that he's getting reps and catches like that.
He's their number 3 receiver.
Well, and it was crazy. He's not their starting punt returner. Their starting punt returner was actually injured. And that's the reason why.
Now.
Well, yeah, he better be.
He was their starting punt return all preseason, but I guess that was preseason.
He just ran the longest punt return touchdown
in Seahawks history.
A 95 or 96, and then it was the first punt return touchdown in like 5 years or something.
I think it's like 2019. So
it was a long time ago.
Yep.
So it was crazy.
Yeah, they're playing each other Thursday night. Super excited about that.
We can see it twice a year.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, because they're in the same division.
Yeah.
Torrey and Trey is going to be a crazy matchup.
But yeah, sorry, we got a little bit off topic there. Just wrapping up the Wazzu stuff.
What players do you think that we should be worried about? Because you know a lot more about Wazzu than I do. What are like the key players that CSU needs to make sure they don't get going?
Their quarterback, and part of that is just getting pressure on him, which I don't think we've struggled with pressure necessarily, but we just haven't been getting the sacks. If we could get 2 or 3 sacks this week and Lamondre Joe hit on the corner blitz and get a sack on that would be huge. The second guy is actually, I can't remember his name, but number 8, one of their wide receivers, very good player, very athletic. He kind of reminds me of Kyle Williams from their team last year. He's a guy that I'm confident in our corners though, so I'm expecting, to be honest, our corners to not completely shut him down, but to be able to play good against him. I think we'll have either Joe or
Dramalovich.
Jahari Rogers.
Jahari Rogers, yeah.
Follow him around.
Yeah.
And I think, actually, shout out to our third DB, Dylan Phelps has had, like, so high of a PFF grade in coverage these last 3 weeks that no team's even throwing on him. So that's why you're not even showing him or seeing him show up on the stat sheet or anything like that. He's been so good in man-to-man coverage that teams are just not even looking his way and are purposely targeting guys like Lamondre Joe and Jahari Rodgers because they know they can't throw to their slot receivers. So very proud of him. I think all three of our corners have been good, and I think they'll play good this week versus Wazzu.
I do too. Yeah. Now for our team, who are you looking for to have a big game? Let's just start with defense first.
Okay, defense first.
Yeah.
I do think we get 2 interceptions this week, and I don't even think that's that bold of a prediction because their quarterback's been averaging about 2 a week, and I think that they're going to both come from DBs, whether it's Joe or it's Jahari. I think Joe might get one this week. Yeah, so I'm predicting that, and then obviously Owen Long. I think Owen
Long's probably gonna have another 15 tackle day or something.
Honestly, like you can mark him down for at least 10.
Yeah, at least tackle,
you know.
I honestly think Owen Long can get like 8 solos.
Yeah,
I think Owen Long is.
He had less solo tackles this week.
He only had
4. Like 13 total.
Well, to be fair though, there just wasn't a lot of opportunity for him to get tackles.
Right.
I mean, because when we were stuffing.
There's a lot of DBs.
Yeah, a lot of DBs were playing very
in.
good.
Jake Jarmolovich is a very good player, and he showed it last week.
Yep.
So those are like the 4 guys for me.
Yeah.
Jake Jarmolovich, the corners, and then Owen Long.
And also, like when the run game came out, I keep forgetting his name. Henry just kept getting stuffed at the line mostly, and kind of the line just got pushed a little bit.
I'm proud of our interior D line. They've had 2 pretty bad weeks, technically speaking. But no, they actually played pretty damn good versus UTSA.
Yeah, and speaking about our D line, I just want to get your opinion on this. How do you feel like the D line is going to play without probably their best player without Mukendi? Yeah.
I'm a little worried. I think that our backup DN, Tuatele, which ironically, if I'm not mistaken, is a Wazzu transfer. So he's playing his former team. He didn't play very much there, so I don't know if you can really count it, but I think he's a good player. He's not Mukendi, but he's really as good of a run stuffer as he is.
Mm-hmm.
My expectations for the D-line doesn't really change at all. I think that in the Tyson Summers defense, what the job of a D-lineman is, especially those interior 3 guys, like we've been running a lot of 3-3-5 lately.
Mm-hmm.
Then the job of those 3 interior D linemen is to actually open up blitz holes for the linebackers, and they did a really good job of that versus UTSA.
Yeah, they did.
And it didn't matter if it was Tuatele in or if it was Andrew Lorich or Mukendi or Alton Tarver, who's actually been playing pretty good since the Oklahoma transfer, since he stepped in for Gabe Jones getting hurt. But, yeah, no, I actually do like our defensive personnel on the D-line, but we're getting thin, and it's worrying me a little bit. We're down to, like, 4 rotational guys, and we started the year with 6.
Yeah, that does kind of suck a little bit. Yeah. I'm curious, though, since Mukendi got hurt, do you think he gets another year of eligibility?
Yeah, I do think so. It's up to him if he wants it. He would be a 7th-year senior by then. So the backstory with Mukendi is his true freshman year was the COVID year.
So, yeah, he got an extra eligibility.
So, yeah, so just from that's one. He redshirted his redshirt freshman year in 2021.
So we got an extra year on top of that.
Yes. So in 2022, he was technically a redshirt freshman. And you do the math now. So if he plays in the 2026 season, that's his 7th year playing at CSU.
Hey, it's
probably the longest tenured CSU Ram of all time. It's pretty impressive.
I think so, too. I mean, Jordan Noyes played when he was like 33, 34.
Yeah, but he only played 2 years at CSU, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Like Mukendi being here for 7 straight years.
That probably is probably the longest tenure.
I think it has to be.
It's got to be up there, or at least tied. So. Yeah. But, yeah.
What about you? What are your players on? Or I guess, did we only do defense?
Yeah, we only did defense. We didn't do offense. Yeah. So let's move to offense.
Yeah.
So I'll just go first and try to tell you who I think is going to have a big game. Jackson's probably the obvious one. I think Jackson needs to show that he deserves
in
to
the
be
passing
the
game in general. Yeah,
just the passing game in general needs to show that Jackson needs to show that he deserves his spot.
Yep.
And I think he will. I think he will have a good game. I think he's gonna throw for like. I making predictions on this show. I always feel like we jinx him or something. I think he's gonna throw for like 220.
Just say what you want to see.
I want him to throw for over 225. I think 225. Okay. Maybe actually, I'll give him 200. Over 200.
My number that I would kind of be okay with if it was thrown at a high completion percentage is like 180.
180, yeah.
180 with a quarterback rating over 70.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
I think a good stat line for Jackson would be like 200. 1 or 2 touchdowns and
no interceptions.
No
I'm done with interceptions.
Yeah.
I'm not even happy with 1 anymore. That was always the thing with BFN is like the conversation of, if he gets 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, it's a good game.
It evens it out. No.
Not with Jackson Brousseau. Like 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions is a perfect game for Jackson
Brousseau. Exactly. I mean, as long as his QBR isn't above 12, I think that's a good game.
Right.
I mean, his 2 drives, his QBR was 90.
Yeah,
it was
90.8.
It was almost
Jackson
9
Brousseau,
times higher in 2 drives than Braden had in the whole game.
I think that's impressive in itself. So you go on the field 2 drives, first 2 drives as a quarterback at the FBS level, and you have a 90.8.
First game ever playing like in the lineup, and you go in there and only throw 2 incompletions.
Yep.
And he was a little rusty. Some of the throws weren't perfect per se, but like a lot of the throws were really good.
They were like slightly inaccurate, which like there was one play where he threw it to Taylor Lanier. He probably would have gotten 10 yards if it was right on the chest.
Yeah, and there was one to Armani. I don't know if it was Lanier or Armani, but he kind of threw it high. But Armani or
Tay. It was Armani.
And Armani caught it with it. Like, made a great catch and caught it and kind of.
No, so that one was the Taylor Lanier one. So there was the 2 though. So there was a screen, a jailbreak screen, where if he puts him in stride, he's probably getting like 10 yards. And then Taylor Lanier had a nice little like in route where like Brousseau threw it and made him come back for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but those are really the only 2 outside of his incompletions that were just like missed passes. So
yeah, I agree. Brousseau is gonna. I think Brousseau's gonna have a good game no matter what.
Yeah, outside of
not knocking on wood, obviously, but another player on the offense we should look out for. Armani's going to have a really good game. With Jackson Brousseau under center, I think Armani's going to have I think Armani might drop 100.
Yeah, I think Armani gets a second career 100-yard game.
I agree. Another one, maybe. I want to see more Kojo. He didn't. I think I want to see more Kojo just in the game. Just if it's punt returning or if it's passing or if it's just something.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Norvell thinks he's ready to play an entire game or not.
He was.
No matter what the plan was next week versus SDSU was going to be his first full game.
Yeah.
So I guess we can.
He looked like he ran routes fine. Yeah. He looked fine from what I saw.
And on his one catch, he would have gotten a lot more yards if the DB didn't make an incredible tackle. Yeah.
The running back room is. I just expect the rushing game should be very good, just in general. I think. Honestly, I don't even know who our best running back is right now. It's just so hard. But
I joked.
I think Avant is probably the best one at the moment.
Yep.
But all 3 of our guys have the ability to break out for a 100-yard rushing.
Yeah, I was joking around with someone the other day. I can't remember who it was, where like for weeks we were like, yeah, Dupree's the next big thing. He's going to be one of the top running backs in the Mountain West. And lo and behold, Lloyd Avant has been every bit as advertised and actually has been exceeding expectations and leads our team in yards per carry.
Avant is just like...
He combines agility and elusiveness with power.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Because he's a great catching back, too.
Yep.
He reminds me of Jalen Warren for the Steelers.
Yes.
He's very similar to Jalen Warren.
Yep.
Jalen Warren's not like a power runner.
No.
He doesn't run through people.
Yep.
But hell, dude, he's elusive, and he can catch the ball, and he can go. Avant gives me Jalen Warren type
on more of like a Mountain West level, and he's in the league. He's playing for the Commanders now. But Jeremy McNichols,
yeah,
I think Lloyd Avant's very similar to Jeremy McNichols. I'm not even crazy for saying this. Lloyd Avant has an NFL skill set.
He does.
Especially with how the NFL is these days.
I mean, I feel like running backs aren't true running backs anymore. Running backs are more like wide receivers back in this day.
You kind of need both. You need a scat back and you need a power back.
Yeah, exactly.
And Avant is the perfect skill set.
So I feel like the passing game is way more important now than the running game is at the moment.
And actually, the magnitude of snaps, he's not playing a lot, but I think Justin Marshall has been excellent this year on passing situations too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think our most consistent back has been Lloyd Avant. I think our best, obviously, power back is Dupree. He's perfect for it. We need to set up plays better for Dupree, but at least you can count on Dupree to get you
if
the 4
line
or 5
can get a
yards.
good hole, Dupree will bust it open for about 20, 25
That's the
run.
thing. So I think Dupree has explosiveness, but it's less side to side. It is very much like run one MF over and then get you 10, 15 more yards.
Exactly.
Avant has breakaway speed, and he should have had that 30-yard rushing touchdown if he didn't step out of bounds, where he just went
honestly,
right around the defense.
I wish he didn't step out of bounds because that would have...
It gave our defense an opportunity to win us the game. Yeah.
But, I mean, I expect us to probably run for like 200 yards rushing.
No,
I think that's pretty fair. Because since we run a 3-back set, it's not one guy is going to have like all the rushing yards.
I know for a fact that with a second game starting or first game starting Brousseau, is that like the game plan will be to run first and then play action out of that.
If CSU ever has a game where one guy has a bunch of rushing yards, then the whole team probably has a bunch of rushing yards already. Yep. Like, let's say Avant runs for like 125 rushing yards.
Yep.
Our total rushing yards probably going to be about 300.
Yes, because you can count on Dupree to get you 60 to 80 as well.
Same with Marshall can get you about 40, 50.
And even if it's not rushing, Marshall will get you 40 total yards.
Yeah, exactly. He'll get you some catches. Exactly.
Yep.
Who else on the offense are we thinking?
Rocky Beers.
Rocky Beers.
I think he has a similar game
What's the word with Jackson Warren?
It'll be 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that does actually
And Jordan Ross is still, nobody even knows. There has been no report on Jordan Ross's injury. Hopefully that comes in this week's press conference from Norvell. But but you have Kojo and Armani.
I'll say our passing core looks really good.
Don't get me wrong, Jordan Ross is our most explosive wide receiver, and I don't think it's close. But yeah, I mean, with how Armani played, and that's who technically was his backup on the depth chart, was Armani Winfield. I think our passing game will be just fine.
And honestly, Rocky Beers played just as good as Jackson Warren has been playing.
Right, he did the same exact things that Jackson Warren would have done. The game.
He's just not 6'8".
Yeah, so that's the one thing is if you had Jackson in there, you can throw up a little jump ball. Speaking of that, Jackson Brousseau in practices and spring game and everything, one of Jackson Brousseau's best thing as a quarterback is his ability to throw fade balls up. He's really, really accurate on them. So when Jackson Warren comes back,
it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. Yeah. And honestly, I think Rocky can make those catches too. Rocky's still a pretty big guy for the most part.
Yeah, he's a big guy, but it's not even
Rocky. I was watching the highlights of the UTSA game, dude. Rocky had some good blocks. He's a really good run blocker. He's a really good blocker
than Jackson Warren.
Yeah, he would the Taj Bullock run-in touchdown.
Yes,
he made a huge block off the left side.
Yes, he pushed a DN in, and Dupree took 2 guys out on his own on that.
Yeah, play. and then Taj had a wide open lane to get into the end zone.
Yes, yep. So I mean, I think our run blocking was actually kind of bad in the first half, but I think those last couple drives,
was just a confidence thing.
It could have been.
I think that was a confidence thing. I don't know.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, final thoughts. I think that my offensive guys, it's kind of similar to yours. I think Brousseau, Armani, the 3 running backs. Feels like we're a broken record every week, but those are our most talented players on offense.
Yeah. One thing before we get into our score prediction and who do we think is going to win the game?
I'm already afraid to do.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Jackson though. I saw that Torrey Horton and a bunch of like old Ram alum were giving him props.
Let's make a joke about that real fast. Torrey Horton's officially off of the BFN hype train and hopped his ass right on the Jackson Brousseau hype train.
Yeah. And I mean Jackson was Torrey was on the team when Jackson was a freshman, so Torrey probably got some balls onto him. Yep. And he probably saw a couple balls get thrown to him by Jackson.
Well, there were actually multiple former players that went on Twitter/X to say that we saw the Brousseau's potential for years and that Norvell was just kind of sticking with his guy. But they were saying that in practices that Brousseau's second team unit would kick the first team defense's ass for 2 years.
Yeah. And I mean, this will make another joke out of it. I saw that Ty McCollum on an Instagram post posted something about saying like, "Oh, I thought Jay Norvell was the guy," after on one of the posts and stuff, and it's kind of, I was like, "Oh."
No, I hate the Adazio players always knocking on Norvell. Like, sure, there are players that Norvell probably should have hung on to when he was here, but no, like when you're a first year head coach taking over another guy's team. You're going to bring your own guys over, and you're going to play your guys. Like, he brought over Torrey Horton, Melquan Stovall, Justice Ross Simmons, Lewis Brown. Like, no. Like, sure, Dante Wright and Ty McCullough are good players.
Yeah.
But, no, you can't get mad at a head coach and keep a grudge with him for not playing you and playing his guys.
I don't really know if it was – I don't know if Ty actually has a grudge with him. I think he was just kind of making a joke.
No, but it's an implicit grudge. You can infer that it's an implicit grudge.
Yeah,
tons of players have them.
Nah, shout out Ty. Honestly, Ty was a dog.
Ty is a good dude.
Ty is a very good guy, and also he played very well at CSU and at Montana State.
There were players Adazio had. Well, actually, so Ty McCullough was a Bobo recruit, though.
Or Bobo,
So a lot of Adazio's players were Mike Bobo players, so I should call them Mike Bobo players. They are good players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Adazio ran their careers into the ground.
Yeah, and it's not their fault. No, we tried our best. If we just had a better coach, oh my God, that Tots and Teo team. If Tots and Teo played like he played at JMU, oh my God.
Yeah, then that's an offensive scheme thing. Tots and Teo's receivers were Dante Wright, he's a dog. Ty McCullough, he's a dog. Trey McBride
should have got more touchdowns. Yeah, but yeah.
And even EJ Scott, who is a Mike Bobo receiver. So you have a good wide receiver core that Mike Bobo recruited, who is a very good recruiter at the wide receiver position.
We severely underperformed.
Yeah.
And we had a good defense.
And David Bailey was a good running back.
Yeah. And we had a good defense. We're
reminiscing over a team that went 3-9 for some reason, but they had good players and the defense was fine, and Adazio managed to put that team into the ground.
Yep.
So let's pray that doesn't happen again
with Jay,
and have some negative deja vu.
I hope. I don't see that. I mean, we've already had one season where it's shown that we've already been.
And we showed fight versus UTSA, so I'm keeping my head.
At least for the last two drives, we did.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's do the last part of our show. Let's do our game prediction. If you want, we can throw in some stats. If you want to be like, I think this guy's gonna have.
Yeah, sure, whatever you want.
All right, I'll start. I think Jackson throws for about 215, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and I think that.
What do you think completion percentage on that?
60. I'll say he probably goes 20 of 25. I think 20 or 25.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be a really good game. Yeah. Oh, no.
No, but with how he played versus UTSA, it's very possible.
I'll give it either it's gonna be like 20 of 25 or like 20 of 27 or something like that. I think he's about like a 70% completion rating. And I think we win. I think Avon's gonna have a really big game. I think Avon's gonna rush for about 100. I think we're gonna win 27-14.
Okay. All right.
Or 27-17 actually.
Okay, I like it. I'm thinking for Jackson Brousseau, I'm actually gonna go on the higher side. I'm gonna go like 243.
Okay.
I'm thinking like 23 of 28, 23 of 29.
Okay.
I think Armani gets 100.
I think Armani's gonna get.
I think Rocky Beers gets about 40 on like.
I think Rocky gets a touchdown. I think Rocky gets a touchdown.
And a touchdown. I agree.
Yeah.
I think Taj Bullock gets one more touchdown. It's just he seems to be the red zone guy.
Yeah.
I think Lloyd Avant. Actually, I'm gonna go. Lloyd Avant gets 80 and Dupree gets 100.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Oh my God! If Avant and Dupree get 180 total,
and Marshall gets 40 total.
I think. Oh, dude, we're gonna have so many rushing. We're gonna like 250.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think Marshall gets like 20 rushing, but I think he gets like 20 receiving as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go. 28-20. And I think it'll be 28-20 because Wazzu scores from 28-13 to 28-20.
So you think it's like a garbage time touchdown?
Right. Yeah, or just like a fourth quarter one.
It's like a random fourth quarter touchdown that doesn't really mean much.
No, I think that it'll be like an early fourth quarter touchdown to where they cut it to one score and then our defense like holds them off. Or like maybe our offense like
it's a field goal maybe. Makes it 31-20.
Yeah, so something like that. I'm expecting the team to actually come out of the gate for the first time, have a good first half. Maybe you're up 14-3 at halftime. Maybe it's 17-7.
I think it's gonna be like 14. It's gonna be like 17-7.
Yeah, 17-7
or like 14-10 maybe, like something like that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. If I had to do like a score by score thing, like I'm thinking like 14-3, and then 14-10, and then 21-10, 21-13. On and on.
Yeah.
So I think that it's always gonna be a relatively close game, but I like our defense. They fought well versus UTSA. I do actually kind of like Wazzu's offense at times, but I think that we have the perfect style of defense to stop them. The one thing I am worried about a little bit is Brousseau potentially getting sacked 3 or 4 times because Wazzu's defensive line, they have had success actually getting to the quarterback in their first few games. So that's the one thing we would have to worry about on a few of our drives stalling out is maybe like we're having a good drive, but simply they blitz 6 guys and Brousseau gets sacked because he's not the most mobile guy on the field.
Exactly. So what do you think? What do you think your final score? You said 28-20?
I think 28-20.
28-20? Okay, I like it.
Yeah, and I think our defense wins us the game.
I agree. I'll just do this one real quick. I think on our defensive side, I think that we get 3 sacks. I hope we get 3 sacks. That's what I hope. We have not gotten a sack since.
I'm going to go 2.
2 sacks. Okay.
And I think one of them's Lamondre Joe, and I think the other one's Kenyon Akers.
I like that. I think Jacob or Owen Long's going to get a sack.
I think Owen Long has one forced fumble.
Yeah, he does have one forced fumble. No. Are you talking about the UNC game?
No, I'm making a prediction.
Oh, you're predicting that he does have one. Yeah. I could see that. I think Owen Long does get 1 sack though, because I don't think he has a sack yet. I think he has a half a sack.
I mean, he's not blitzing a lot. He's usually the guy that we drop back into coverage and we'll blitz Jacob Ellis.
Well, I still think that Tyson Summers is going to throw in a blitz one time. I think Owen Long is going to get 1 sack. So,
It'd be really cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I'll do one more for the defensive side because I only did the offense, but I think for defensively for me, my prediction is, I guess I already made it. I think 2 interceptions, and then 1 forced fumble, and I think we win the turnover ratio either 3-0 or 3-1. Hopefully, I don't think Brousseau throws an interception, but I do think that it's possible we have 1 fumble, which always sucks, but it's just weird things happen. But yeah,
alrighty.
Want to wrap things up?
Let's wrap things up.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
We'll I've always said that we might have a post-game show on Saturdays, but at this rate, I mean, to be fair, it's been kind of unlucky. The games have been very long and been very late. Yep. Though this game starts at 5, so I think it's very possible that we can, because I think it'd probably be done around 8.
It'll probably be a game time decision for that.
Yeah, so we'll let you guys know if we do a post-game show after, because I really want to start doing them. But if not, then we'll just do our normal schedule and see you guys on next Wednesday. So.
Yeah, yep. And for any live streamers, thanks for tuning in with us. And if you're watching it recorded, definitely you can watch it on Twitter. You can watch it on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, thanks.